Okay.
You're live.
Okay, we're live on YouTube. That's great. Do we see anything on Facebook?
We are live.
Perfect, perfect. Can you see if there's? Is anybody already tuning in? Are we
No.
starting?
Let's just.
Uh-oh. I'll switch sound off. That's a lot better. We'll just wait for.
Oh, we're not live yet.
That's probably why there's nobody there. Anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're totally ahead of the people on Facebook. But we're still going to wait a little bit for them.
Yes. By the way, with the previous live, we had some confusion about who's who. This is Mark.
I'm Mark.
And I am
Richard.
Richard. And maybe introduce the people to. Maybe it's there's people watching the first time, and
Yeah, absolutely. So we are for this Christmas making a quilt for our mom. Yet before we started this, we had never ever even attempted one, and I'll might as well admit this to you as well. I had never sewed on a sewing machine ever.
that's not true. You did it in the previous episodes.
But before we started the first
Okay,
episode
yeah,
for the entire series, I'd never done it. And then in the first episode, we got cracking. And then in the third one, which was just last week, I managed to break the sewing machine by tangling all the wires. Anyways, is it some people on Facebook already as well?
Yes.
So they may have seen that. So everybody, Richard, Mark, hello to all new joiners. This is episode 4 of us making a quilt for mom, and it's nearly Christmas, so we need to get cracking. As you remember last time, the last thing that happened after about 25 minutes of trying was that the last piece of cloth we tried to get through this really got stuck, and we got nowhere. So we called in the troops. So Andy, you wanna wave to everyone? So the specialist came in.
I'm the truth.
Yeah, there we are. There's Anne, who knows everything about sewing machine. So yeah, so she sorted us out. It's all good, and she told us.
That's what she needed to do.
She told us that basically in the comments, the solution had been there. A big part of it was rethreading, but then afterwards some more stuff was apparently stuck in there.
Yeah.
So Anne cleaned the whole thing out, and now we are confident this is going to work tremendously, and we're going to sew all of it today.
We are.
Give them to me.
Well, we first need some input though,
So
because even with Anne here, Anne is not a quilter. We really desperately need your advice on some things, and one advice was to iron the patches before sewing it, so that's what we're doing now. And another tip was to pre-wash. And after pre-washing, we kind of found out that the pre-washing needs to be done before the cutting. So we already cut the pieces, and then we pre-washed, and we had all kinds of things looking like this. So we had it fraying at the ends, but we still see, I think we can still manage to do the 1/4 inch. But first question, do we cut this off? Maybe we don't. So if somebody can tell us, is it best to? I kind of figured it. What is this going to be in the quilt?
Let me cut this off.
We're going to wait. We only need this a little bit later.
Anyways,
you want to keep start going? I need to. What? That was not intentionally. So I need another white.
Yes.
No, a red one. You need to add the red one. So I have the red one here, and you need to attach it on that side. Yes. So right sides together.
Right, so why is this happening? Why is that not matching up?
That's because it's
Okay, because that one has already.
No, it's shrunk. This
It's
one
shrunk
shrunk.
because we washed it. Oh, but in that direction? Oh no, it's still
It's
shrunk.
squares. Anyway, just we'll fix this.
But still, now at least in
Yeah,
length,
yeah.
this is gonna work.
It's looking fine.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so last time
Hi,
we tried this.
Sylvia from Texas. I think you were supposed to wash the whole piece of material, not the cut out pieces. Yeah, we
learned that. There was just
we kind of figured that out afterwards as well. Well, we learn as we go. So everybody watching, you have learned this. Do not pre-wash pieces after they are cut. Result, we'll have to do it with this. We don't have any spare fabric, so with all your good tips, we'll manage to finish the quilt with what we have now. And also, Jeanette, good morning.
Do you hear that confidence? Do you hear that confidence in his voice? It's just.
You just focus, Mark.
So I'm gonna hold these as well, because Anne told me as soon as this starts, this will just go. Alright, so this is it.
We do have, by the way, a spare sewing machine at hand today, so there will be a lot of sewing today, regardless of if this is going to get stuck. All right. We have the first strip. We have the first strip. I'll iron this, and then we need to put together. Oh, I need to iron the white one.
Do we iron before we? Or you
Yes, because it doesn't get stuck as easily in the feet dogs.
Don't want anything in the feet box. There we go. So right side on the right side, and
I need to iron this as well. Oh yeah. So after this has been sewn together, we had the tip that we iron the seam to the dark fabric, so the red fabric, I figure in this time. Do we do that from the right side, the ironing, or from the wrong side? So how do we do that? I'll put it here until I see a comment of somebody giving the answer to that. I'm quite confident that somebody will know. Look at that, Mark. That's already double you did last time. And you're on fire.
Oh, absolutely. Do you see the speed as well? So I'm loving this actually. This is such a thrill, and the fact that it works is just phenomenal.
Here you go.
You know what's going to happen, right? At some stage,
The right and the
or just the wrong color is going to match up.
no, that's not going to happen.
Someone
from the
yell
back.
at us, please.
Okay.
If we're doing something wrong, yell at us.
Iron.
No, not two whites together, or whatever.
So we iron the wrong sides.
We are on the wrong side. That's a great suggestion.
That's kind of confusing with sewing terminology, isn't it? Like the wrong side. That's the side that you have to do it under.
Anyways, no silly jokes. This is serious business.
Okay, so I iron this from the wrong side.
And you guys can't see it, but Anne is standing behind the camera. She's standing there like, oh my.
She's loving this.
But the confidence, she's not showing much confidence in us. So glad you guys are all here to support us.
Look at that.
Script number 2.
Oh my God.
That's good. Keep up. Keep up. Yep. Where's the next piece? Come on.
We need a white and a red together. Mark?
Mm-hmm. Now, be ready with the next one. Uh-oh.
And so I iron towards the dot. Yeah, just make it work. Just make it work, Mark. Just put it in the middle. Put it in the middle.
Shall we?
Yeah.
That's good.
And then we.
Does this happen to you as well? When you think you've cut it all correctly and then one fabric shrinks different to the other? But no, of course that doesn't happen to you because you would wash before you cut. Okay, I take that back.
I don't know. I have a feeling I need to iron this from this side to get it. Okay. I'll iron it from the wrong side. It feels kind of funny, but because now. Don't think that much, Richard. Just
no.
do what they tell you to do.
That sounds like perfectly good advice. What?
Nothing.
All right. There's nearly nothing left. Uh-oh. That nearly.
I love it when you do.
That nearly didn't work. But it's in. Still, is that going to work? Are we eventually going to have a square again? Just see what that looks like on top now.
Just put the shoulder on the bottom and tug a little to make it match. So for the next time, because now it won't work anymore, but you can like stretch while you sew. Now that you're an experienced person with the sewing machine,
Okay.
you can start to kind of. Yeah.
Do we need it like this?
No.
Do we need a red one? Pay
Yes.
attention. Pay attention, Richard.
Here we go.
Excuse me,
Okay.
technical problem.
Technical problem.
Yeah, it's all flu. I'm really an expert in cameras
Okay.
because I zoomed. Now,
perhaps
how do I
Richard's-
sharp? How do I
Richard,
make it sharp again?
Yeah, you go up there
Oh,
and.
You're all flu now.
Okay.
He is. I know when he's ironing, it's hard.
Is it okay now?
No,
I see.
I want to push something just to like. show
You go ahead, Mark.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, you can probably only vaguely see me at this stage. Oh, that is,
It's all
It's
good.
okay.
It's all good.
that stage. Oh, it gets worse before it gets better, so stick around. Just think it as a foggy sewing day.
No,
No.
it's how did you do that? It's not good. And I didn't touch anything.
Well, on YouTube we're still good. The other camera clearly. Anyways, I'll keep going. And so you can hear.
Every time.
You can hear
It's me. It's
Yeah.
probably just me.
Is it button like just to like focus
Yeah,
or something?
focus. Yeah.
Is it there?
It's push focus here, but
That's another one.
well,
Yeah.
And
that's our first block, right?
it is our first block.
So now we need to
Shall we?
attach those two strips together. So
Uh,
we're going to the next level, Mark.
Jesus.
Right sides together, so it's like this.
Should I get all this? Shall we still get rid of all the tangly bits?
So, and you see you're going to have to wiggle a little bit so that it's kind of up. And the longer one at the bottom, the shorter on the bottom.
Be careful.
You can do that at the end as well.
Well, because on the good side there will be some as well.
And then we cut them off at the good sides.
Right.
So like this.
And now I try to stretch it out a little. But it would be these lines need to perfectly match, right? The seams right there?
Yeah.
You mean in an ideal world?
In an ideal world, that much, and yeah, you'll manage.
Right. So this could be all my fault, but all the credit could go to me as well. this side.
You can do it.
Right. And these, right, I'm gonna, maybe you can see it from that side, but see how because they have shrunk in different ways. We're going to have a little bit of trouble, but we're going to call it creative patchworking or something.
You're gonna pull
we don't
while
do the-
sewing, so that it all comes perfectly aligned.
All right. The white block here is definitely longer than the block underneath. This is bigger than that.
Okay.
So
So you need to,
pull that up, but
yeah.
but then,
While you go,
and then this will wrinkle up a bit.
no, you will have to pull this one.
And then when it comes back, the white one will be a bit wrinkled up, right?
We'll see. And then we just iron it.
And we wriggle it just a little bit.
Tug a little. Machine is sounding very, very good. Thank you, Jeanette. It sounds way better than last time, isn't it? Right.
Wasn't somebody sewing along with us? Are people sewing along with us? How is that going? Are you doing, are you doing as well as I am?
You just focus now, because now you're doing something really important.
As opposed to
Match your seams and use pins to hold the fabric. Hold up.
use pins to hold the fabric.
Glass had pins.
So match the seams, that means
Like
here,
this.
right? Like that.
Yeah. We'll
Because
put a
that,
pin through.
okay. Try. Can we be so close to the needle?
But as you arrive here, you pull it out.
Okay. Okay. Good point. And then here we're going to have to do it so we'll have a bit like that going. And then I pull.
Now we pull and we put the needle in.
It's not very stretchy, I must say, underneath. It'll have to be like this.
That's the most.
How do people do this when they're just by themselves?
I don't think anybody does this
No,
by
no.
themselves.
Is this a team sport? Is this a team sport? This must be a team sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll have to.
I'll have to pull.
And then you have the quarter-inch seam. Pin the seams. Pin seams. Oh, we got a lot of tips about pinning the seams. I am sewing along with you, and it's going well. Well, Jeanette, I hope you're doing as good as we are.
When you get a bit further, please get in the comments. Can you put pictures?
Yeah,
Does that work?
picture. Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can.
If you can snap a picture, I would love to see that.
Just put it in here
Oh.
so we have some at hand.
It would have been easier had this gone the other way, right?
No, they have to be on the dark side.
But is the feet, the presser foot, is that just going to, that's just
Yeah.
going to work?
So,
Confidence, confidence. That worked extremely well.
take care of it. Oh, the needle was this close to your thumb.
Really?
Oh, they continue.
Stop saying things like that.
I let you hurt yourself. Take care. Oh my God.
Keep it a flourish.
Here, put it in here so we have it in hand.
Okay.
Do not sew over pins. Pull them out as you sew along.
Yeah, it was
Put a
close.
bigger seam on bottom. The feed dogs will feed it. Okay.
The
Doing
bigger
good.
seam.
We're doing good.
at the bottom. The seam is not going to match up entirely.
You do the best you can.
I think we're going to have to put a lot of love in this to compensate for what it may look like, but still.
This is the first block. Wait for the.
Speed.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
No, let's see what the result looks like. Let's see what it looks like.
Oh, wow. Wow. This is really good. This is.
Oh my gosh.
This is
Right,
good.
show that
Oh.
to the camera. Is that good enough, or do we need to? Is that
It's the first block. We'll
look
see
at the
some-
end?
Not
I
to
knew
worry,
that-
not to worry.
Well,
Not
we
to
knew
worry,
this
not
was
to worry.
we knew this was difficult. So
So we
show,
are.
show it again to Anne, because you see what is happening here. Will that? Ooh, well, we can use this as one of the outer.
Yeah, and then the binding will go over it.
Wait, maybe we use like a foot of binding on each side. Shall we? Right. Shall we just continue, and then we're going to cut
Yeah.
this, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, you need to write sentence. Yeah.
Right, and then pins again. You're probably going, I hope, through the quilt, you're going to be able to see our progress and hopefully some sign of expertise developing. Right, so we match these up and then a pin goes in. That was the idea. Yes, everywhere.
Okay.
Right.
And open here.
Very easy, I can just stick them in there. Oh, what am I doing? That was a problem. Light!
Let there be lights.
We got our light strip all the way installed, and see how much more light this is. Can't believe I haven't. Now you're going to see some speed. Right.
The speed was okay, Mark. It's the accuracy that we need a little bit more of.
Right. You keep ironing. Right, and start thinking about how we're gonna cut this, of course. Like, can we'll need to measure and then put marks on there, or?
People are really liking this. They say, good job, fantastic. So,
I
so
like that.
it is
Yeah.
good, it is good. You can trim off bits hanging over that. We can.
There's a solution for everything. But as long as we've got our viewers. there's a solution.
Deborah is saying there are no mistakes. We
Thank you,
incorporate
Deborah.
them into.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, Cherry, for the good luck wishes. And Robin says, lights, action, so.
Nice. Nearly, that was nearly the first pin.
And they told it so clearly, like, remove the pins, like, there were 3-4 people, different people mentioning it.
I must say, this quarter-inch foot does make it easy. Quarter-inch quilt foot, I suppose.
Compared to all your previous
Well, imagine I now had
quilting experience.
Well, yes, definitely. But imagine if I had to like try to sort of second guess this.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, like all the different blocks would not align at all.
Still, I'm feeling pretty proud of myself already.
We have another 5 minutes, Mark.
Oh, and we want to we
We want to cut this
we want to
first.
cut this and then ask everyone how we need to put them together. Oh. Right, in that case, full speed.
Uh-oh. It was full speed.
It was
indeed.
full speed, but slightly, of course. Okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. Well, you learn something every time.
Oh, so this.
Look at that.
I'll just iron it first.
And then we're going to. Right, so everyone, it was going to be cut in the cross. However, are we just going to put markings on there? And then do we put lines on there? How do you normally cut this? Is there a smart way of doing this? Let's see.
The sides where all those seams come together, it's bulky.
Yep, true. Now,
Is there like?
I suppose when there's enough batting in there, it won't matter anymore.
Probably.
Now, shall I, or is that done?
I need to do just the lower seams, and then we can start cutting.
But shall I continue while you look at the remarks and see if we need to mark on the fabric now, or
Oh yeah.
how are we going to
To
the
know
cutting
where.
part?
Yeah.
Because as a reminder, this is what we're after, and
This is what it is.
yeah, that's what it is, and we're going to cut it through right through there. So now we must make sure that when we do cut it, that
It's in
this
the
ends
middle.
up into 4 identical blocks. So, Anne is now biting her nails. These double. Right, so is there anybody giving suggestions?
Oh, there's a lot of them. Now iron the seams to the inside.
Iron seems to the inside.
As long as you keep trying, you will end up with a beautiful gift.
Yes, yeah, and I think that will be true.
Deborah saying, I quilt with my sister all the time, and you guys just sound like us.
I take that as a compliment. Absolutely. So we are going to just mark this.
Yeah,
Put
yeah,
lines on there.
and we
Yeah.
iron it up. So
Yeah.
this is a perfect, but 18-inch mark.
It's a perfect
It's-
18-inch. However, do we want the white
9.
bit? Are we going to just cut on 9 because the white bit is not going to be exactly in the middle.
Okay, so
But we have seam
that's
allowance at the sides.
that's a good point. So we kind of do like this, like this is the
Roughly
middle.
like this.
Yeah.
And now so shall we do that indeed? Go right through the middle of the middle blocks instead of.
Yeah.
Theoretically, that should be the same, of course, but it's a small mark.
Yes, Mark. But here, this is not aligned anymore. So this, yeah, and never mind.
Maybe that is a vote of confidence for what you were going to do. Is just cut it through the middle so that at least these 4 blocks are the same. If we cut at 9 inches exactly, then at least we will have 4 9-inch
I
blocks.
think you don't need to think. Just mark it.
Yeah, okay, let's stop thinking.
So this is okay. And then here we go for the 9. And 9. Like that. And okay, we're perfectly inclined to cut this. And that's going to be the end of this live, and we'll,
This episode, yeah.
yes.
Now,
So you remember? Cut away.
And so we don't have a big cutting mat here. So we are just going to see how it goes with 2 cutting mats. Why not?
So, and
Is it somebody saying stop?
as you keep it.
Don't.
Will do. Thank you. Need a cutting board? Yes.
Okay, we
The
got
two of you remind me of myself. I'm learning as I go. We are learning, Mark. We are learning.
You're learning. And if we already look like quilters,
This is so irreversible.
yes. It is said measure twice and cut once. We only measured once.
Just at the point where the 2 cutting mats come together. Is it? Well, it's not cutting together, obviously.
Okay, just
Yeah.
let's just use the scissors for that last little bit. Oh. And now there's only one mark, of course. But now we can do it on one cutting board. So we'll just cut one piece first. Yeah. Oh, we could do, shall we do 2 at the same time?
We do. Of course we do. And just put a little bit that I see this mark and this.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. Is the, yeah, did you check this out? Yeah,
It's not more wrong than we are wrong already.
Oh, this thing.
All good? All as good as possible?
I move it just
Yeah.
slightly further to the right.
The top part.
The top part, yeah.
Okay.
So at least it's closer to the edge. OMG.
Is it? All right.
That.
So now,
My heart rate went up. So, and now what?
maybe we kind of take different. Look at that. That's what you did.
So we did.
Yeah.
So
We can put it any way we want to, actually.
So should we by next time?
This kind of looks fun, no?
Can you guys perhaps give a suggestion? So how would you? This looks nice, but
Oh, once you cut into quarters, just move upper left block and lower right.
oh, okay.
So you have 2 small squares at the diagonal and 2 small squares at 2 ends.
Okay, so like this. Do you mean flip completely, or wait? Is that what you mean? Wait, who is it? Who said that?
Jeanette. I think
Right,
I-
is that what you mean?
and that way you never have to align seams. And
I like it. I like it.
But-
We're not gonna align seams.
I kind
ever
of figured
anymore.
that there's other possibilities for arrangements. So by next time, let's make pictures of 4 or 5 different ways to organize it. And then we do at the beginning of the next live, which is coming Friday.
That is the next episode.
At the same time as this
today.
time.
Yeah.
It's not at 9. And then we do a poll and we see what's the most popular arrangement and we go for that one. Very simply.
Absolutely. But in the comments, you can also make suggestions. You can, if you put drawings in the comments,
Oh,
then
yeah.
we
Just
may
as,
use that. Yeah,
Just as Jeanette did indeed.
perfect. So,
Okay. Oh, I'm so happy we kind of.
what a difference with last time.
Yeah. Great.
Right. So do we have
Perfect.
homework now? Do we have homework?
Well, I think we can make some more blocks already to
Yeah.
prepare for the next live, so that we keep momentum a little bit.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. we'll see you next time. See you on Friday.
Okay,
See you.
bye.